What's up, Virgo? Welcome to your Lost Love reading for August 2020. So before we jump into this, a couple of super quick announcements. So number one, I am giving away a different deck of cards every week this month. This week, week 2, is the Spellcasting Oracle cards. So make sure you enter to win. I'm going to put all the details in the box below. It's just your name and email address gets you entered. So go ahead and check that out. And announcement number 2 is the reason why I am doing this giveaway, which is to celebrate the launch of my brand new tarot workshop, which is called Tarot for Transformation. It's something I've been working on for literally over a year at this point, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So if you've ever been interested in learning how to read tarot, or you've already sort of started that process and you're just interested in diving deeper into it, definitely check out this workshop and get yourself registered. I'm going to leave all the details in the box below. And so, yeah, that's all I've got announcement-wise. Virgo, let's go ahead and jump into this reading. So this has been a highly requested reading from all of you, not just Virgo, but for all of the signs. And it's not going to be for every Virgo out there, okay? This is a lost love reading. This is meant for those of you out there, Virgo, who are in separation from somebody, likely no contact, little to no contact with this person, and you're just really struggling to let this person go. Okay, so we're going to really dig into this connection today and really get down to the bottom of what's going on here, and perhaps, tap into the bigger picture, the bigger lessons that are trying to emerge from this experience with this person, and provide you with some sort of guidance as to how you can break free from this loop, ruminating loop of suffering that you may be experiencing, okay? So what I'm going to do first here, Virgo, is really tap into the past energy. So what happened between you and this person in the past? And I'm doing this so that you can pretty quickly identify if this reading is going to be your story or not, okay? So let's go ahead and let's tap into that. So past energy. So what happened here? What happened in the past between Virgo and this person they are thinking of? Past energy. So what happened? What happened here? What happened? What happened? Past energy, what happened? One more overall energy, what happened? Oh, wow. Clarify that, please. Very interesting. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Hierophant here. I'm going to pull a few more cards, Virgo, and then we're going to really unpack this as one big message, okay? I'm definitely already picking up on some vibes here. I definitely feel like somebody in this relationship in the past was giving a lot more, was putting in a lot more work than the other person. And I would wager that was you, Virgo, really giving everything to this connection and not receiving that same sort of commitment in return. Past energy between Virgo and this person. Past energy. Past energy. Oh, wow. Give me a couple more. Past energy, past energy. One more. All right, wow. So we've got cynicism on the bottom of this deck. So yeah, what I'm sensing here, Virgo, we definitely, like, this is a mixed bag. I do feel like at one point in time, you and this person were quite content, quite happy. There was, we've got this energy of dream come true, this energy of true love, okay? So I do sense that in the beginning that you really fell for this person. They felt like a dream come true. This really felt like true love. And unfortunately, something occurred here. We do have this energy of naughtiness, okay? And then we've got this energy of jealousy. And then very quickly, it rolls into fear of inadequacy, okay? I feel like that something went down here, and it's going to be different for every single one of you, but I do feel like this person triggered you. Like you fell for this person and you were all in. You were ready to just give and give and give and give. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, okay? Really putting in the effort, putting in the work. And perhaps, Virgo, you got up in your head a little bit. Honestly, this reminds me a bit of the Gemini reading, which is interesting because, you're both ruled by the sign of Mercury. And the Magician came out in that reading, and it's coming out again here, okay? Virgo and Gemini are both fucking hella good manifestors, okay? It's a mercurial energy. It's this energy of the Magician. Virgo and Gemini have this innate ability, and I'm not trying to give you a big head, Virgo, but you're smart. You've got a mental ability. And the thing is with Gemini and Virgo, the Magician as a tarot card, the Magician has all the tools that they need. Right? And that's why on the card, you've got the cup, the sword, the wand, and the pentacle. Virgo and Gemini, I feel, have more than any other signs in the zodiac, truly do have the ability to be just sort of like unstoppable. But both tend to self-sabotage and get in their own way. And it prevents both Gemini and Virgo from ever truly becoming the highest expression of what they could be if they would just get the fuck out of their head. And that is what I see may have happened here with this connection in the past, Virgo. And it's very similar, honestly, to the to the message that came out in the Gemini reading. So if you're dealing with a Gemini or have a Gemini in your chart, it may be worth your time to check out that reading. What I see is that perhaps, with this King of Swords energy, the Magician, you guys started, freaking out. Like maybe this, with this cynicism energy, it felt too good to be true. The connection with this person may have it was so good, so quick that fear just started creeping in. This cynicism energy. And then right under that, we've got expectations, okay? And I definitely pick up here that whatever ended up happening, the separation that occurred here ultimately was a manifestation of your own fears. Perhaps, this person, you started letting your fears get in the way and you started looking for reasons to validate your concerns. You started looking for problems with this person, maybe started picking fights. And it was all stemming from this deep-rooted wound that you have, Virgo, around low self-esteem, self-worth issues, fear of inadequacy. And perhaps that really started showing itself in a very unsavory way. Perhaps you started getting very jealous of the way this person interacted with other people, something like that. And who knows, perhaps this person was a shithead and did something out of turn that they shouldn't have done. Whatever the case may be, though, at the end of the day, Virgo, and I know some of this may come across as harsh, but you all know I keep it 100 on this channel. This reading isn't going to be for all of you. But ultimately, you ended up manifesting a separation here. All of your fears, all of this bullshit and nonsense that your ego mind concocted, it started coming to life. And a separation occurred. And I've got to say it, it's because there is a bigger lesson here, Virgo, that you were meant to realize and learn through this experience. The second you were triggered so deeply and all of this started to unfold, that is when the Wheel of Fortune turned in this past energy. And what ended up happening? A separation. We've got the Six of Swords and the Four of Swords. That's when the two of you parted ways with one another. And the reason why this happened, it was all meant to happen this way. It was meant to unfold this way. Because the connection achieved what it was intended to achieve, at least in that moment, which was to trigger you deeply, to get your attention, Virgo. There's something bigger that is trying to emerge here, something that you are meant to be learning about yourself. And I'm super pumped. I'm really excited to continue to tap into this further. And I will say we've got these energies here. We've got healing and receiving, and we've got this energy of grace. Okay, very positive vibes. I quite like it. Perhaps, Virgo, you are meant to learn how to receive. Perhaps you're very good at giving and over-giving and not so good at being in an energy of receiving. Take that as it resonates. So let's keep going here, Virgo. So we're going to tap into next just the energy of now. So what are the current vibes? What are the current vibes of this connection between Virgo and this person that they are thinking of? What are the current vibes here? Current vibes, current vibes. What are the current vibes here? What is the current energy between Virgo and this person? Whoops. All right, hang tight for me, Virgo. I'm just going to pull a few more tarot cards here to go along with this, and then we're going to take a look at this as a whole. I definitely am seeing some really clear messages emerging here. So what is the energy of now between Virgo and this person? August 2020. What is the energy of now? Ooh. Give me one more overall, please. We got two. And what do you know? One of them is the Six of Pentacles again. You know, Virgo, this is all about, what did I just say about the receiving? This is about giving and receiving, an equal give and take. Learning how to receive. Virgo, I sense you are very comfortable with giving, and perhaps that can end up turning into almost an energy of people pleasing, constantly giving and over giving of yourself. And I can't help but point this out again. You know, this whole energy of this fear of inadequacy, self-worth issues, low self-esteem, feeling like you are not enough. I feel that is what it all stems from for you, Virgo. Perhaps you have spent your life constantly giving way more than everybody else. Based on this deep-rooted fear of being inadequate, of not being enough. And I'm here to tell you, Virgo, that you are enough. You are so enough. And that's not a bunch of bullshit. It's the truth. You are an infinite spiritual being that is having a temporary human experience. Okay, Virgo? It is so easy. And I feel like air signs and earth signs both, I feel struggle with this concept more than the other two elements, fire and water. It's just my observation personally. So take it as it resonates. But I feel the air signs and the earth signs have a predisposition, a tendency to really have a tough time grasping some of these more spiritual concepts. Things like what I just said. You know, it's so easy for both of these elements to get sucked back into the 3D egoic, story, which is all truly bullshit, Virgo. It is. But, it's likely you have a tendency to kind of buck it, resist it. Because it's often not something that you can see with your eyes. It's not tangible. What I pick up here, where you're at right now, Virgo, is you're still very much in this energy of fixating on this person that you're watching this for. And, many of you out there may even identify with, twin flames or divine counterparts, or, you may feel a true soul level connection with this person. And perhaps you have made up your mind that, this energy of only you, fixated, attached, hypnotized. We've got this energy of secret admirer, okay? Epiphany, realizations, understandings, awakenings. I feel like you guys are at your breaking point because we do have this card, this limit, final straw, overload, breaking point. I do feel like a lot of you, and you're going to know if this is you, okay? And I sincerely, I want to preface by saying, Virgo, I sincerely am not trying to throw shade at anybody or trigger anybody. I am just here to be as authentic as I possibly can be. So please do take this as it resonates. But I feel right now in August 2020, perhaps a lot of you are kind of becoming a lot more grounded and starting to see the holes in the bullshit story. So perhaps up until this point, Virgo, you've been waiting for this person to come back towards you really fixated on that, fixated on this person returning and making things right with you. Perhaps you have made excuses for this person. You have told yourself that this person just wasn't ready. They weren't ready for this connection. And you had just been waiting around for them to come back and fully commit to you. Finally come in correctly, so to speak. Finally offer you the commitment, that the same level of dedication and commitment that you had offered to them. You have been so fixated on them choosing you. You wanted for them to, this only you energy. You wanted them to only have eyes for you and to offer that in a very, official capacity. But I truly do feel, if you are here watching this, Virgo, you are on like the precipice of a breakthrough right now. Like you are finally having this epiphany. You're having this realization, this awakening, finally connecting the dots. You're finally realizing that being so fixated and having these heavy ass expectations surrounding this whole situation is exactly the thing that's keeping you stuck. Look at this right here. We've got the Fool, the Two of Cups, and then we've got the Seven of Swords. This is what I'm talking about. Like you guys are finally, you're ready. You're ready to let go of the bullshit. You're ready to drop the bullshit story, the story that is keeping you stuck in the loop. And that story is these expectations. The expectation that this person is going to come back towards you and validate you. And I feel like a lot of you are waking up to this because you're finally being real with yourself surrounding your motivation for this. The true reason why you're so fixated and obsessed with them doing this. You're starting to see perhaps the self-deception. You're starting to, and I've said this to a few of the other signs too, but it's like you're calling your own bullshit, You're finally being real with yourself and not continuing to live in this very small, limited box. Something so much bigger is trying to emerge here, Virgo. Man, this is an excellent start to this reading. So let's keep going here. So I want to tap into next, Virgo, the big picture. So what is that thing? What really truly is trying to emerge here? I need to drink a Red Bull for this. All right. So really, what is the big picture here? What is the big picture? What is the bigger lesson that is trying to emerge here for Virgo, connected to this whole connection? We've got this energy of pride. Oh my goodness. Temptation. Have faith. Courage. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we've got sadness. Very interesting. I'm going to pull a few more cards here, Virgo. I'm already like, this pride energy is huge, Virgo. I feel like this is like the main theme here. You guys are finally waking up to that when I talk about the motivation, right? Finally getting honest and real with yourself as to why it is you're so obsessed with everything working out with this person. You're waking up to the truth, which is that it really hurt your pride. It really bruised your ego when this person wasn't able or willing to commit to you or reciprocate in the way that you wanted them to. You're finally getting honest and truthful with yourself. This is a huge moment. This is a huge moment. Tell me more about this, the bigger lesson, bigger lessons here, bigger theme that's trying to emerge here for Virgo. The High Priestess, exactly. You guys are finally getting tapped into your higher self. This entire experience that you've had has been a gift that has really raised your own level of consciousness, Virgo. This awakening, it's an awakening. It's finally waking up to the bullshit, realizing that you were letting your own ego mind, which is, to be clear, your temporary identity. It's not who you truly are at your core, at your essence. And your ego it starts receiving these impressions. Imagine it's like, you think about when you use a stamp and you're making an impression, right? You're dipping it in ink and you're making an impression on a piece of paper, or things that are embossed. It is literally leaving an impression, right? In like a piece of like cardstock, and you can feel it. So many of the issues that many adults have all stem from experiences that are had before the age of 6 or 7 years old. Because think about it. Whenever you are born, it's like you're a clean slate. Imagine it's like a blank sheet of paper. And so those first impressions that experiences, leave on a small child, those are the ones that are the most felt, even though typically they live in the subconscious. I hope it makes sense the way that I'm explaining that, Virgo, but at the end of the day, I feel you guys you're just ready to hear that. I mean, that is exactly what this whole inner child healing stuff is about. It's about realizing that we're stuck in a loop based on shit that happened to us when we were 5 years old that we don't even consciously remember. This fear of inadequacy that you are carrying around, the low self-esteem, not feeling good enough, people pleasing, constantly overgiving. This was very likely a result of something that happened to you when you were, who knows, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, Virgo. And it's not to say you had a bad childhood. Nobody is immune to this. At the end of the day, this all occurs whenever usually a parent breaks our expectation. And think about your expectations of anything when you're that little. It's crazy to think that something like that could affect you as an adult, but I feel like you guys are finally, you're getting it. It's clicking. You're finally starting to realize, oh shit. And, this is a beautiful thing, Virgo. You're ready. You're ready to finally get down to the root of it. And you're waking up to the fact that once you do that, it's like once you start to address it and you just sit with it and you acknowledge it, all of these energies of longing and being so fixated on this person coming back and validating you, it's like they disappear. It's uncanny how it works, but that is exactly what happens. And it's not to say that you'll never, be with this person. Who knows? But I'm going to tell you this, Virgo. the chances of anything with this person working out will remain impossible until you're able to complete this lesson. Because this was an intentional chapter in this journey with them specifically. It was meant to help you wake up to the truth. And it's a gift. It's a gift that's meant to help you become free. So one more card here, big picture, bigger lesson here for Virgo. Whoops. Page of Pentacles, here we are again. This is all about you realizing your worth, realizing that you are good enough. Here it is again. I mean, this is a huge message. That is the core of this. You want to know the big picture, the big lesson here, Virgo? This connection was meant to help you transcend these old fears and these outdated beliefs that you've been carrying around for years and years and years about yourself. These beliefs that tell you that you are inadequate, that you're not enough, that allow you to become so fucking triggered, that sends you spinning out into patterns of, being jealous and being, needy or codependent or desperate to be validated. It's all based on a bullshit, untrue story. And you're ready to be fucking done with that, Virgo. How exciting is that? So before we move into that last section, which is going to be advice for you, Virgo, let's pull one more card here surrounding the bigger picture. Big picture, bigger lessons here. Wow. And this is in such true Virgo fashion. These cards that just emerged. We've got discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. We've got failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And we've got acceptance. I am learning to accept things that I cannot change. Whoa. Virgo, you are definitely known to be quite a perfectionist. Once you set your mind on something, you want to fucking do it. You want to prove to yourself and to everybody else that you're not going to back down, and you will do it. You will fucking do it. You will get it done. And that is a double-edged sword. You may feel like a failure. This experience, this failed relationship may have triggered something even deeper in you surrounding this. And again, let's remember what it all comes back to. It all comes back to your own worth. And up until this point, Virgo, this energy indicates that you have been attaching your value and your worth on factors that are outside of yourself, which are things that you cannot change, okay? They're things that you cannot control. So effectively, you've just looped in this cycle of setting yourself up for constant failure. How ironic is that? It's this fear of failing has motivated you to and ultimately gotten you stuck in an endless cycle of failure. This is a game that can't be won, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all very based on ego mind and this very fucked up 3D reality that we're currently in. I mean, you're aware, Virgo. I don't have to tell you. You can just turn on your TV or get on social media. Things are not in the greatest shape right now, but that's why everything is shifting and changing. We're ready to transcend all of the garbage and the bullshit. And you have been given a gift, Virgo. You were meant to come to this time in 2020. You were meant to wake up and see through all of the garbage and all of the bullshit. And I feel like many of you are there. Again, you're like at this breaking point. This reading will be nothing but a fucking confirmation to what you already know and feel inside of you. So I'm here to tell you today, you're spot on. You're right. Don't allow yourself to keep getting sucked back into the bullshit. You don't need this person or anybody to validate you, because you are an infinitely abundant spiritual being that is having a human experience. So let's wrap up this reading. What a cool reading, Virgo. I've really enjoyed doing this. Let me know in the comments how this is resonating for you guys. And don't forget, guys, to make sure you do enter to win the deck of the week, and also to check out my new tarot workshop. You know, this may be a great time, Virgo, to learn to read tarot, to continue to do things that help you connect with your higher self, and continue to break away from being over-identified with your ego mind. Tarot is a tangible way to do that. So one more card here for Virgo. Advice and guidance for my Virgos out there. August 2020, advice and guidance for Virgo. Woo. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of cards here, so I am gonna flip them over. This is beautiful. This really ties it all together, Virgo. We've got surrender to non-action and surrender to effortlessness. Exactly. This all ties back in to the very beginning of the reading, Virgo. This is you needing to finally shift into an energy of receiving. Finally waking up to the fact that you don't have to continue to live your life constantly giving and giving and giving, where everything is just an uphill battle and you are just fighting the good fight constantly. This life was not meant to be so difficult, Virgo. It's time to surrender to this effortless. Stop pushing so hard. That is what this card says. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. It's time to transcend the old story. The old story that tells you that everything has to be so hard. The old story that is so scared of failing and of not being good enough. The old story that is so rooted in societal norms and these expectations and all of it. And if you're watching this, you already feel this. You feel it. You're ready. You're ready to let go of the bullshit and just surrender. And allow little by little your armor to just fall away, Virgo. You're going to feel so much lighter and freer. And that is when abundance and joy and happiness will truly start to flow. And most importantly, you're just going to finally be free. Finally feel free of this constant suffering in this loop that you've been stuck in. What a fucking awesome message, Virgo. Maybe one of my favorite readings I've done this month. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments what you thought, how it resonated. And until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Mwah, peace.